Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today I am playing Plasma. And we are back with our uh, recon base, and I don't need this here anymore. So we're going to, there, get rid of it. Alright, so now this probably will not be my final base, if you will, for my project, but we're going to use it for right now. So we have our drone station and we need to do more with the drone. In fact, I believe, yeah, we already started setting up a GPS. So I had asked me a question about scanning for frequencies. Let's turn that on and let's move you outside. Outside, and we're just gonna leave it there, looking at the light. All right, so I I did a thing while we were not here anymore. Where is it? Yeah, the 608 TS2. It scans transceiver frequencies and displays the data on the screen. So let's build that. We're gonna stick it right here. Where did it go? C is down. Can we spin you right around? Oh, you are upside down. Okay, we need you over. Actually, we're just gonna get rid of you, and we're just gonna pop it down over here. You don't need to be R'd anymore. TS2 build. We're just gonna put this right here. Alright, so now this thing is kind of neat. You can clear the screens, and this is all the logic I have for it. So what happens is you can either enter a number at the keypad, and that takes the number, well, this LCD displays the number you're typing, then that takes it and it puts the transceiver and the second LCD to that number, and that changes the frequency. Then the frequency is going to send, if there's any signal on any of the 4 channels, it's going to turn on this light, and it's going to send the content of that channel to these 4 screens. You don't need to be there anymore. And this never worked, so we're going to get rid of that. All right. So, but I also have a button scan and a pause. The pause pauses this timer. The button scan starts this timer. This timer has a 2-second time, and after 2 seconds, it gets this counter. This counter increments by 1. Its value is set to 0 right now. So it increments by 1, and then it checks, is 1 not equal to 64. If it is equal to 64, then it comes back and it if it's equal to 64, it runs back and stops the timer and sets the value of the counter back to 0. Yep, sets it back to 0. But if it is not equal to 64, it restarts the timer. Why 64? There are 64 frequencies, or your frequency on your transceivers run from 1 to 64. And then it takes, or if, where am I? And if it's not 64, it takes that number and runs it to LCDF and also to this transceiver frequency. And then the triangle button just clears all the screens. I know I ran through that real fast, but let's see what it does. So we are going to set you to 0. There is no frequency 0, so you'll notice the transmitter goes to 1. See, there's 64 frequencies. All right, so let's start scanning. So there's no signal on 0, no signal on 1, on 2, 3. All right, we are going to speed this up by making it only that 1 second. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. I believe it's 21 is what we're actually looking for. Oh, there we go. I hit pause. So that doesn't pause the input. It just pauses the scan. So on frequency 21, we found something. We found the drone. Ah, and I turn my lights on and off and notice that no signal changed blank. Ah, and then we got a true and a false. That's I'm turning the magnet on and off. Notice it's no signal until something changes. So we can make a frequency scanner and just kind of scan to see what's here. I don't know what that does. I just know that on channel 1, there is something that sends true or false. Channel 2, it's some sort of signal, but it doesn't really have a type. And channel 4 is a camera feed. On channel 3, there's no signal. What that actually is if you remember this here, it is the power. So we powered it off. Now we should come back and see that now says false, and we basically have lost our camera feed. Well, it stops at the last frame. That's interesting. It stops at the last frame. It doesn't go dark, because that's definitely not pointed that way anymore. But if I turn this back on, that's set to true, and then we can adjust using my joypad, adjust the drone again. Cool. And then let's say I want to go to channel 22, send. All right, and I'll clear the screen. That is not getting anything until we... Hold on. Isn't it channel 22 the... All right, let's go back to 20. And 20 is 7, 21 is 22. Huh. I thought 22 had... Oh, it's 20 and 21. Oh, I thought it was 21 and 22. It's 20. Now we're on 20. We're going to clear those screens. And now when I use the stick, I can see, hey, there's percentages going on here. I don't know what they are. I can't tell what they are. Just know that something's sending percentages. And if you were to look at it and think about it, you'd say, hey, that almost looks like a joypad or controller joystick of some sort. Cool, huh? And I don't know where that took the drone, so we're gonna set you to channel, or we're gonna clear the screen and set to channel 21, or frequency 21. Oh, okay, where are we? Oh, over here. Cool, huh? And so then I said, if I can do that with frequencies here, can I do that with GPS devices? And the answer is yes, sort of. So the 608GS 1.0, it's a very basic GPS scanner. These aren't public, these are still my developmental stuff. So let's clear those screens and start scanning. Oh, pause. Go back to channel 1. Channel 1, there is a tag here. Now, this is going to be, well, it's basically the same. Well, it's very much the same, except I have some text formatters, because I have lots of stuff that can be on a single tag. And it's only checking tags, not player's self-data. Because it doesn't need the player's self-data, because... Anyway, that's not what this device does. But that light lights up if it gets a signal while you're on this frequency. Now, tag IDs are going to be a lot harder to run through than frequencies, because you can have a whole bunch of them. Well, this tag is just going to be for one. Ooh, you know what? I don't know what happens if there are conflicting tags. Oh, and that does not update. Send. Oh, I wanted to own one. That does not update in real time because I don't have a ticker set to that, do I? Let's grab a ticker. Let's tick every second. All right. Yeah, so now that is... We can clear the screen and scan. And it's saying no signal. That's because I actually have a thing in here. Where is it? Well, the other one as well that says no signal. Yeah. If the timer's done, and so when the timer's done, it'll say no signal. But if all this gets triggered, then the screen will give it a number. See that no signal goes all the way over to this screen. That's why it says no signal. We can scan, and it's going to run through... basically, it's going to run through every valid integer, which I forget how many. That's a bunch of them. And it's going to take a bazillion years. But it is what it is. It's a simple GPS scanner. So if you're looking for a tag, and I have not devised a method for recording it. This is just a live scanner, so you have to sit and watch it. This one's not going to be so bad because it's only 64. This one's going to be awful because it can be 999,999. But not point anything because mode. No decimal digits because you can't have a decimal. I'll also set that one up as well. We were already running through these and no signal. Pause. The screen. Yep, there's nothing on 122, but on channel 1, there is. Cool. And I don't know how useful this would be as a scanner, but if you knew the GPS code, like you knew someone had a tag on 608, clear that screen, and now this tag, you're going to be 608. Now we're going to check for 608. Oh, is it not? Oh, I wonder if it's because it's not attached to anything. And delete. You. Yeah, that's something we would want to have. On a payload, you would probably want to stick a GPS tag, and it wants to be on 947. So if we come here and we want to check 947, send, we have the position of the payload. And 1 is our drone, got the position of the drone. 947, we're going to clear and send, and yep, that's position of that. Cool. So this is going to be more useful if you already know your tag, but it does have a scanner built into it just in case. This is going to be useful for basically hacking. Because what's interesting is on the development thingy, the roadmap that's I'm thinking of, multiplayer is being mentioned. So if you and your friend were trying to compete and you wanted to mess with them, you could you could make a scanner, figure out, hey, on channel 21 there's something here. It looks like you got a bool of some sort and a camera feed, so I could try to hijack their system or use it to spy on them, whatever. So that's something that needs to be investigated more thoroughly. How could we hijack a feed or a transceiver signal? Can we block it? Can we just send nonsense and it confuse it? Don't know. I know you in real life you can block them and send nonsense to confuse it and all types of horrible things. Interference with the signal, but in the game I'm not sure how exactly that works. But I thought that was a nifty little tool. Both of these would be actual reconnaissance tools. Now I know in the game for my my project for exploring the other maps, there's probably not going to be any transceiver signals or GPS tags except for what I make, which is fine. But you know, I think I like these little boards. I'm calling them boards. They're actually what? Blockers. I like these blockers with this stuff on it. Oh, what? I wonder if I can make a door. Put like a screen on this side and it'll flip down. Oh, that would be neat. But that, my friend, would be an adventure for another day. Awesome. So I've been having a ton of fun with this, and I'm going to continue to develop little tools and things like that and show them off, and I really need to... Oh, we already put a GPS. Yeah, we already put a GPS on the tracker, on the drone, didn't we? Yeah, so we put its position down here. Cool. All right. And those are the signals. What else did I want to do? Ah, yes, I want another camera on here. So we're going to need another transceiver and another camera. Probably one facing down. So picking things up with the magnet will be a little easier. Also, just seeing in general would be easier. All right. Well, I have been JW608. This has been Plasma. Oh, I'm so excited, flush with all types of ideas and nonsense. Well, oh, I fell off my drone. Anyway, I will dig you cats later.